Hello friends, it is Tanya with Sweet Tea Stampin' Spot. It's Thursday night, right about 8:30, and I am ready to do my Thursday night virtual craft together. Maybe you're watching a replay, maybe you're watching on my YouTube channel, Tanya Reed, or maybe you're watching me live. Anyway, any one of those is awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, whether you're live here now or if you're watching a replay or on YouTube, feel free to leave a comment. Of course, love it when people share my videos, things like that. So I'm just pulling it up on the computer in front of me so that if you do make a comment, I can say hi if I catch your comment. Hopefully, my computer will keep up with my Facebook Live. So I'm seeing myself there now, so that means I'm on. That's excellent. And yes, so thank you for joining me tonight. I'm going to be doing a Christmas card tonight. Of course, we're on that final countdown, 23 days to go till Christmas. And I know, like, we haven't even gotten our tree up. We bought our tree yesterday. We get live trees now. And so we're planning to get that done this weekend, to get it put up and decorated and things. We've done some outside decorations, but, you know, I have to do a little bit at a time. I'm not the kind of person who does it all in one day or one weekend. I kind of pace myself and do a little here and there. So welcome to Thursday night's virtual craft together, and I will be sharing in a few moments a virtual craft together card. Hopefully you are doing some crafting along with me, and I'd love to see, for you to tell me what you're doing if you are crafting along, or if you're just watching and let me know you're watching. That's awesome too. Let's see, it's been a busy week so far, coming off of Thanksgiving week last week. I kind of took some time away and went out of town with my family. Had a great, relaxing, very low-key, basically disconnect weekend. And so that was really nice. And then this week has been, of course, back into the swing. And now you feel the rush and the pinch of the holidays. So hopefully you've had a good week so far and are ready to get your weekend rolling tomorrow. So I'm just going to go over a couple quick things. Because yesterday there was a couple things happening. If you're a demonstrator, of course, we had the excitement of pre-ordering from the upcoming catalog, and that started yesterday. For many of us, we went shopping already on the new catalog. That started yesterday, and we can also pre-earn the celebration products from the next one. These both start January 4th for everybody else. But if you're not a demonstrator, then one thing that's important to note is that the last chance list from our current holiday mini catalog was published yesterday. Along with that, some of these items that are on the last chance list are up to 50% off. And of course, everything is now while supplies last. There are some items that are carrying over, but most of them are being retired. So if you need to get a copy of those lists, you can actually see them in the online store. But if you need me to message you or email you the copies, I have them in PDF or Excel spreadsheet versions. Please let me know. I'm happy to share those with you. But yeah, so a lot of these items, there's a handful that are totally gone, as from what I understand. I didn't really have time to check the inventory before I went live tonight because it changes constantly. Well, hello, I see some people popping on. Hi, Tracy. And you're going to make some more Christmas cards later on tonight. Excellent. After you finish eating dinner. Yes, you definitely need to get your dinner in. It's 8:30 at night. Get some dinner. Irene, yes, I'm here tonight. Yep, I think I put it in there on the events page, both here in the Sweet Tea Stampin' Spot and then also the community group. I try to duplicate it both times. But thank you for joining me tonight, ladies. Hopefully, like I said, you've had a great day and are ready to kick off your weekend tomorrow. So, but I'm going to be sharing a Christmas card project with some traditional Christmas colors. And I just realized I forgot to grab something before I went live. So before I shift us down, I will grab that real quick. It's just right there. Let me grab that real quick. Okay, so I should be all set to show you my project. And let's see if there's anything else I want to say. So no, I do have a new host code available for ordering if you're interested in placing an order. So like I said, the last chance list for these items will be available until January 3rd, or if they sell out first. So some of the more popular items may sell out before that date, of course. So if there's something you were really definitely wanting to have before it's gone, now's your chance. So I do have a host code open if you want to place an order with me. That would be awesome. Tracy said she put in an order last night. Now there are more new things in the clearance rack that weren't there last night. Really? I know sometimes if you scroll down, there's a button that says load more. So if you don't hit that, sometimes it keeps going. You miss items that might be below where they stop. So I always hit the load more button there. I don't know if that was the case for you. And I haven't checked it at all today. I checked it yesterday in the morning and then at night, and then I didn't check it again. So, hey, Amy, thank you for joining tonight. So I'm going to be sharing another Christmas card tonight. And yeah, so here we go. Let me switch us down to my desktop real quick. Again, it'll look green because my Post-it note is green that I'm covering the camera with as I transition to the desktop here. So I do that covering of the with the Post-it note so that hopefully it doesn't get you too seasick or motion sick. And then I've got to adjust my lighting a little bit. So give me just a second and we'll rotate, hopefully. And I may have to make one more adjustment. Ooh, Artistry Blooms DSP and the Snowflake Sequins. Interesting. Yeah, so you never know what's going to pop up on that clearance rack. Always some good deals, though, that's for sure. That is for sure. So, all right, so like I said, I do have a host code open. Of course, you can go to tanyareed.stampinup.net and place orders. You could check my events calendar there. You can join my team, the Sweet Tea Stampers there. But the host code for December, and I will add a link to the top of this video, or if you're on YouTube, of course, down at in the description of the video, I'll have a link for the ordering code, W9ZWA6UH. So that's the host code for the month of December. I'll leave that open all month and close it out right after the New Year's comes. So, all right, tonight, the products I'm going to be using, the stamp set is simply the Heartfelt Wishes. So just that greeting set is the greeting set that I'm going to be using, just the Merry Christmas from that. And then I'm actually using this designer series paper, the Heartwarming Hugs, which is right below it, which again is some very traditional Christmas colors. I haven't even marked my catalog yet, so I'm not even sure off the top of my head which of these items are retiring, if either of them are on sale, which is not really good for me to know. I should know, but I did not have them. I can probably look real quick. Let me see. Last chance list, page 57. So Heartwarming Hugs designer series paper is retiring, as is the stamp set. So yes, they are both retiring and neither one are on sale. I can quickly look at that on my spreadsheet. So those two will be gone as soon as they deplete, or January 3rd, whichever comes first. So if you like these and you want them in your collection, the stamp set's $21. The designer series paper is $11.50. It comes in 12 by 12. Again, very traditional Christmas colors in this set of paper. And I've used this stamp set quite a few times this fall season and holiday season. Y'all probably have seen several of the cards I've made with it, and I've really enjoyed using it. So hopefully you have enjoyed some of the products and samples that I've shown you and inspired you with that set. So the other thing I'm going to be using, I do know is not retiring, is the punch kind of at the front on page 14, the Starlit punch. It is not retiring. So the punch it looks like this. Let me see if I can get in closer. It comes with this bundle. So the bundle is retiring and the stamp set that coordinates specifically is retiring, but the punch is going to carry on for us. So I'm going to be using this for a little accent piece on my project tonight. So, and I've used that a couple times on my project as well. All right, here we go. Let me put this out of the way. And this is the card I'm going to be making. So again, a traditional color card, and I'm going to show you how I did this. The base card stock is Pear Pizzazz. I did not do anything on the inside of this one. Of course, you could layer it with another piece of basic white there. I didn't really stamp any images, just the words. So, and I'm going to show you how I did that part there and how I did the tree as we go along. So here, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to show you is that I took some basic white cardstock, just some scrap pieces, and like I said, the Heartfelt Wishes stamp set. And of course, I could have done Happiest Holidays on this. I could have done much Sending Love, Cheers. The Cheers is much shorter, but I chose the Merry Christmas for my card because, of course, it is definitely a Christmas card with the tree and the traditional colors. I'm using just the Real Red ink pad, and of course, this stamp is quite long and narrow, so just be careful when you ink something like this up that it doesn't rock and roll and get ink all over and ruin our image. Of course, this I'm not stamping on my project directly. I'm stamping on a piece of scrap, and then I will cut this out. So like that. A nice pretty font there. I do really enjoy this. It's a nice, clean, crisp font with the Real Red on white. All right. And I went ahead and pre-cut this out, and I did fussy cut it. So I just used my paper snips and fussy cut that out. And as you'll notice, I did trim off some of those tails on the word. So because it goes across the card this way, it was too long in this specific example. So I cut them off a little bit. So just be aware of that on this particular card that I trimmed them off. And then I just kind of trimmed around it loosely. And then I'm going to take this piece that I've trimmed out and put it on a piece of scrap Real Red cardstock. And I'm just going to use a little bit of my Stampin' Seal for that. Just tack it on there a little bit. And then I'm going to take my snips again, and I do have to have on my cheaters to do this, to make sure I don't cut my finger or something. And I'm just going to fussy cut and create a little border of the red around the Merry Christmas that I've already cut out. So again, when you have something that you don't have a set of dies for, but you want it to be cut out and not just stamped on a rectangle or a regular shape, this is one way to do it, and then one way to kind of layer it. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not going to look like it was cranked through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It's just going to be kind of freehand. So it might not be perfectly even, and I'm 100% okay with that. Some people might not like this technique, but, you know, it's just something different and a different way to use your word set versus just stamping it on a rectangle or a banner or something like that, or just a strip of white. Some of my border pieces get kind of wide. Just going to kind of round that up like that. So now that is layered together. Not bad. Didn't take me long, and again, I'm not so precise with it. All right, next is I'm going to take, so I took a quarter sheet of basic white cardstock, and using a couple of dies, I used one from the stitched rectangle die set. Let's see mine. It's not the largest one. It's the next one down from the stitched rectangles. And then I took one from the stitched triangle. So both of these are in the regular catalog, not the Holiday Mini. And on this one, same thing. It's the largest of the, oh wow, math person, Tracy, what do you call this shape of triangle? I know there's a name for it. It's not a right triangle, is it? But it's the largest one of this one. Maybe Tracy can help me out. She's a math professor. That's not a right triangle, is it? Isn't there a term for this specific type of triangle? Isosceles, there you go. The isosceles triangle, the largest of those for our triangle shape. So I took those two and a quarter sheet of white and ran it through like this, all together. So this rectangle and then the triangle seated together, one pass through with both of the dies on there. And what you end up with after you peel away, you're going to end up with this frame, which we're not using on the card. You could use it for something else. And so we're going to take that off. So that's your stitched rectangle. And we're popping out the triangle here. So that's giving you this frame to work with. And then your largest isosceles triangle, same thing. This is just something you could use on another project, which I'm not doing tonight, but you could. So you're left over with these pieces. I can see your wheels turning, but I'm going to be using this piece on our project, okay? So from there, on the back of this that I just cut out, I am going to run some Stampin' Seal or whatever adhesive you like to use. Liquid glue may not work so great because if it dries too quickly, you're going to need to be ready to go. I'll show you why in a second, but any kind of double-sided tape would work, double-sided adhesive. You're just going to run it down both sides of the isosceles triangle. I'm not going to get enough of that now. Then I've taken strips of various widths, and this is all from that Heartfelt Wishes. No. Now what's the name of the paper? I already forgot the name of the paper. It's not Heartfelt Wishes is the name of the stamp set, but the paper is called Heartwarming Hugs. The Heartwarming Hugs paper. I've taken various pieces and widths and things of this, and I'm going to basically build my tree here. So I'm going to start with, I want the middle to be kind of a larger piece, and I want it to have some good color. So I think I'm going to do this piece. And again, this is the back, so this is not what I'm going to see. And I'm just going to lay that down, and I've cut it 3 inches across and various widths. And I'm kind of using my grid paper as to keep it somewhat straight. So you see how that looks? Like that. And then I'm going to build off of that. So I'm going to go some pieces up, some pieces down. Now that piece is kind of some stripes, vertical stripes with all the colors. So I'm going to pick something that is not very colorful. Maybe a little piece of this to go there. And right now you're seeing the back side of it. Like that. Then I want to do some red above that. And I'm leaving little teeny gaps between the strips of paper. Now you could stack them right next to each other, or you can leave gaps. That's totally up to you. Let me put this underneath so you can see what I'm doing maybe a little bit better. I'm going to stick, I think I'm going to do this gingham below that. So again, using up lots of pieces of scrap on this DSP. Another little piece, so we'll do some red down there. It is a fun little technique, and you should definitely try it. Definitely try it. Let's see what else we got. We got, let's see now. So we got some red up there, so I'm going to go with some white pieces. Let's see what we got on my scraps here. I think I will go with this one at the bottom. Excuse me, I'm going to grab a sip of drink real quick. Felt a tickle in my throat. Trying to find another piece that is not so wide, that has some white on it. We may have to go with something different. What's on that piece? There's a red up there. Let's do this green. We'll do this one here. Okay. So now that's what our tree looks like. Fun stuff, right? All right, so now we're going to take, I'll just put these back in my little bowl of scraps. I have more of those to make, so we'll use those later. Like I said, my card base is Pear Pizzazz, which is one of the greens inside the DSP. This is just your standard card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I'm going to take and put some dimensionals on the back of this and pop it up on the front of the card. I did not invent this idea. I've seen stuff like this before, but I did love it, and I thought it was an awesome idea to share with you all. So thank you. I'm glad y'all are loving it. I'm just going to pop that right on the front there. And then the Merry Christmas, going to give that a couple dimensionals on the back. And pop that right across my tree. And this part, depending on what you like, you could do it at an angle, you could do it straight. I'm going to do it straight, kind of between these two pieces, like that. And then we are going to take that star punch that I showed you earlier. This again is Starlit punch, is not retiring. It punches out all of these stars at one time. But I am going to take some of the, and this is part of the mini catalog, the gold 12 by 12 shimmer paper. This is what I forgot to grab earlier. I had it put away already. Put it out of the way. I've already cut some strips down. So this is the gold shimmer vellum. It's very sparkly and pretty, perfect for a tree topper star. And I'm going to use this star right here. So on either one of these sizes would be nice on this. So it just depends on if you like a skinny star or a chunky star. Either one of these would work. But I'm going to go with the more narrow star. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and punch both of them out at one time. Waste not, want not. I still get a little bit of scrap, but you can see there I punched out those two stars. But I'm going to use the more narrow star on this card, but you could have done either one really. And that I'm going to put on with a glue dot because I don't want to mess with liquid glue on that or trying to put seal on that. So I am going to pick up a glue dot with my gold star. Maybe. I'm going to try. And then just top our tree with a little star there. And then a little bit of bling, little wink of Stella. And you may or may not be able to see this. I'm just kind of running over the words. And it's going to pick up a little bit of the real red, a little bit to make it a little bit fuzzy. And I am, again, really okay with that. Some people might not like that look, but it just kind of adds a little something. So hopefully you can see that a little bit. I'm not sure. A little bit of glimmer, shimmer, and shine that the Wink of Stella gives us. But yeah, there it is. Not a hard card. Not a lot of stamping. A little bit of fussy cutting. But a little punching. Lots of DSP use. Little die cutting. So this is another great idea, like you said, Tracy, to use up all these scraps. You could do this in any color scheme. Just pick a base color that is one of the colors in your DSP. Pick the ink color to be in your DSP. Add a little bling, little shimmer and shine. Easy peasy. Yeah, and like I said, you know, I didn't even put anything on the inside because you can write on this color Pear Pizzazz pretty well with a black ink pen or a black marker. But some people may want to put a lined piece inside there. But yeah, easy peasy, super fun, super easy. And I hope you've enjoyed this sample. And again, if you joined me late, I would just want to say thank you so much for watching. I will be sharing this on my YouTube channel as well. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'm trying to grow my subscribers a little bit. And I basically have just been uploading my card projects that I've been sharing there. And I'll be adding some more things to that about once a week on my YouTube channel. But of course, I'll still be doing Facebook Lives, just not always at night. So as an example, next week I will be doing a lunch. Let's do lunch. So that'll be on Tuesday the 7th. around noon, right about noon on East Coast time. And I'll be doing another project then. So hopefully you can join me next Tuesday. I will not be live next Thursday night, the 9th. And so my schedule for December is a little bit wonky, of course, with wrapping up things with school activities and scout activities, holiday extra parties and events, trying to squeeze it all in. The schedule is off a little bit, but if you look on my website, tanyareed.stampinup.net, and click on events, you can see my whole month of December, including my online opportunities to watch me stamp and stamp along with me. They're there. And also if you're here locally and you want to come to a class in the studio, they're all there as well. And you can RSVP there. You can message me there and get more information or ask questions. So thank you, Tracy, for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Woohoo! Eventually I'll get to 20 subscribers maybe. Small steps, right? So, but thank you all for watching. I'm going to keep this host code open all month long. And I'm excited for getting stuff going with the new catalog. And I plan to be sharing some new ideas with you in the next couple of weeks. So have a great night. Enjoy your weekend. Hopefully you've got some festive events this weekend to attend or host, and start enjoying this holiday season that is quickly approaching and upon us. And it'll be over before we know it. So hang in there, ladies, and have a great night. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.